got enough to buy a 787. I think. Companies. Companies. Is there anything due maintenance first? There's a couple, so we'll do that first. Scotch Rescue, none on that. Scotch Charters, none on that. Advertising, none. Cargo, none. Okay, that's a good thing. And Airways, none. Medical, none. This is a good thing. Skydives, none. Where are they then? Lifty Boys haven't bought one because I sold the Chinook for 30 odd million. Fireflies, none, so it's going to have to be limited. Or aviation. Aviation. Let's quickly fix these. Robinson as well. Yeah, there we go. So they're sorted. And then we'll have a quick look at Scotch Limited. None in there. Good. So let's go and have a go then at... I was going to do a Vision Jet flight. Let's have a look, see if we can now buy the 787. We can. How many hours it had on it? Yeah, we'll buy this one. We'll buy this one. Use all our cash. So we'll put the 787 at Heathrow. There we go. We'll buy that quickly. There we are. We'll fix the landing gear, and then we'll go on to the Vision Jet, and we'll go and do a Vision Jet flight. There we go. And we'll quickly set that as assign pilot. There we go. Right. Okay, let's go and do the Vision Jet flight. I quite fancy going into Innsbruck, to be fair, today, so we're going to have a look at that. The Vision Jet flight into Innsbruck is actually pretty cool. So we're going to have a go. Okay, so filters. There'll be a charter flight, won't it? So filters, aircraft model. Let's find the Vision Jet. There it is. We've got quite a few of those, and we do want to end up in Innsbruck, so let's have a look here and see what we can find. Bear in mind that is at Innsbruck at the moment, isn't it? No, that's a Skyhawk. Where is that? So we want to end up at Lowy. See if there is one. The Innsbruck approach is actually really good. Come through the mountains. That's where we want to go. So I'm just going to quickly have a look, see if there is anything that goes into Innsbruck. What I wish you could do on here is I wish you could select an airport. So as we come in here, we'll come down a little bit, but you can't. It doesn't let you select an airport as such. We want to come into Lowy. Nothing here so far. Lows, so here we go. It's only down here. Oh, what's that one? That's LOWZ. We want LOWI. Wish there was a quick way of doing this. You should be able to have a filter that says destination airport. There's Innsbruck there, so let's come down this way a little bit more. Good. Let's see if any of these ones. Let's come down a little bit more. Where's this one going? No. 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 Let's come down a little bit more. Because Innsbruck is. Where's Innsbruck? Innsbruck's in here. It's such a good approach. Let's have a look. What's that one? That's not it. There will be one. We've just got to find it. SPU, SFJ. Come on. Where's that one going? No. Is there any from the UK going there? No. Any from up here? No. No. Look on the mission list. No. Come on. Nope. Let's go with one that goes to Innsbruck. If not, we'll just fly out of Innsbruck. Innsbruck's down here. Let's have a look on this side. Anything there? And that would still be an interesting one, but we want to go to Innsbruck. So let's see if there's any more here. No. Okay. Or we could fly into a new place we haven't flown into before. We could do that. If there's none around here. So I'll tell you what. We'll fly into somewhere we've not been before. We'll go and do this one. There we go. So we'll fly somewhere we haven't been before. Let's have a look here. So we have got Vision Jet nearby. It's a 45-minute flight, and we're going to go into this place. I've never look. Let me quickly get SimBrief up on my iPad, and we'll make a new flight. And we're going from BKBR to LRCS. We're going in the Cirrus Vision Jet. If anyone's watching this and haven't got SimBrief, it does change things, so I would recommend it. Oh, that's an aircraft I want them to bring in, is the Phenom. Or the RJ40. There you go, Vision Jet. Unknown departure airport. Okay. Generate the flight. Cool, let's have a go. Excuse me. Is it BKBR? Is that what we've got? small little airfield. BKPR, that's why. BKPR. We're going to... Yeah, I've got fat fingers. LRCS. So it's an unknown airport on here, so it's not going to be a nice one to land in. Okay. We'll fly at... It's way too low. Way too high. Let's go 250. Actually, I suppose, we'll probably go at 210 because it's not a very long flight. There we are. Route includes VFR pattern. Yeah, we know that. Cool. Okay, we'll manage our aircraft. Because we're doing VIP, we're going to have to clean it out. Give it a good clean. It's got 282 flight hours on this as well at the moment. Fuel and payload. We'll bring the fuel up. We might as well give it a full tank. Actually, we don't need a full tank. Let's go there. Double what we need. Plenty to land on. With cool, ideal. Let's go. It is a cool little aircraft, this. Okay, we'll get off all our red gear, so we'll get the chocks off. What would be cool is if the marshallers did that for us, like they would do in reality. And we'll get the engine blanks off as well. Engine covers. If it will let us from here. No, it won't let us from here. Might let us from here. There we are. Have a quick look at this. Again, proper checks you do on a real aircraft is you would check the ailerons, rudders, elevator, etc., flaps. And obviously what we should be able to identify is actually when we move that control up, the other control goes down, and then you do a general check of it all. We'll open up the passenger door for our... Although it's going to bring me in now. We'll open up the baggage door as well. We'll get in. There we are. Right. Okay, that's just closed our doors for us. We'll get the boarding started.
Flight SCQ 43, 11 parking 10 for ground service. Ready for passenger boarding. Roger that, Captain. They're on their way. Have a good flight.
Okay, we'll go through the full checklist with this as well.
Sir, welcome aboard.
I'll
Hi,
just
Captain.
make sure that...
I was informed during boarding that I'd have network access throughout the
all
flight.
my doors are closed.
I have
Everything's closed.
several important calls to
Perfect.
make. Please avoid cutting off the connection.
Okay, first what I'm going to do is remove our safety pins. And we'll stow them. Cool. Okay, so pre-flight inspection has been completed. The door is now latched. Parking brake is set. Battery 1, Gen 1 on. Battery. Battery. Gen. Okay. External GPU we're not going to use today. FADEX channel is shown before below the percentage indicator thrust. Yeah, there. FADEX channel B. So that's full authority digital electronics control. So that's basically our EECUs for our engines. That's what's going to control those. Or I say those. That's what's going to control it. Okay, before engine start, strobe lights to on. CAS messages, check. And down there. Parking brake, fuel mist compare. Okay, we'll sort that out in a minute. Thrust lever, idle. Brakes, hold. Engine knob, run. We'll do that in just a minute. Let's go through. Actually, we'll drain our battery if we don't. We will get the engine started. Brakes, hold. Engine knob to run. have to go around that. And engine start, stop. Sorry, fuel pump check on. Should really do that first. Where's the fuel pump? Where's the fuel pump? Where's the fuel? I think it's one of those ones you can hear the sound of, isn't it? Ah, here we go. Fuel control, auto, perfect. Okay, engine starting. And then we're going to monitor the controls now. So monitor these here. There we go. So we're checking at 25 N2, positive N1. So there we go. We do have that. ITT is going to be within the limits at the moment. You see it's now reaching 350. N1 indications, evidence of light off after 8 seconds, which we have. And oil pressure after start is going to be green. You can see the oil pressure is now in the green there. Okay, EIS, we're going to check as normal. Engine IPS, we'll set IPS on as inertial separator, which is R2 actually, there, IPS. No, they're ice lights. Engine IPS there. We actually don't need engine ice protection today. Bleed air is on, master oxygen on. External GPU is disconnected, sorry. Avionics, CAS, passengers, seatbelts, bleed air, on. Supposed to leave it for 2 minutes, but yeah. Pro-P will turn on, and then we'll sort out the park and brake issue in just a second. So not park and brake, the fuel quantity issue in just a second. Okay, we'll do that now. Flaps coming down. We'll trim for takeoff in just a minute, but for the meantime, let's sort this out. So initial fuel. We're going to sync that with what's in the aircraft. There we go. Next. Weight and balance. We have got one pilot. I can't remember what the initial pounds is now. Let's have a look. Cancel. Should I put, I don't know, £100. That'll do. Accept. Perfect. That's our weight and balance done. So we'll check this now as well. Map. I have the map up. Map settings. Traffic on. Operate. Back. Terrain. Settings. Don't want it to inhibit. Cool. Back. Aviation. Airspaces. Flight plan text. Leg and leg. Other. Good. Okay. Traffic settings. Fine. Weather settings. Radar. We'll have weather radar on. I'll put it into weather. Tell you what, we'll do that in a minute. Tours. Flight plan. Good. Perfect. Back. Okay, we are good to go. We'll set our taxi light on. Yeah, in just a second. Okay, comms are set. We'll just contact the tower. They've still got the issue with the call signs on this. They've still got the issue with the
Aircraft.atc_name_vision_jet.0.TTS Golf Lima X-ray Victor Mike is cleared to Karen Seams Airport via the UDVA 1 Echo departure, runway 35. Climb via SID maintain flight level 210. Departure frequency is 120.425, squawk 0244.
244, standby. Enter. There we go.
Cleared to Karen Seams via the UDVA 1 Echo departure, runway 35. Climb via SID maintain flight level 210. Departure frequency is 120.425.
Let's have a look.
Squawk 0244.
Have we got any restrictions on that SID out?
TDS Golf Lima X-ray Victor Mike. Aircraft.atc_name_vision_jet.0.TTS X-ray Victor Mike. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 128.83 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Cool. I've got runway 35.
Good morning, Cap. Today you've got the pleasure of taking Mr. Modius to Karen Seeps.
You
He's a
Darby we're
very
looking
faithful
at.
client taking a breakaway. Provide him with the finest service on behalf of our company. I know I can count on you. Have a nice flight.
Darth, there you go, 10. So, any flight restrictions? Max 250 knots, which is fine. No altitude restrictions. Cool. I don't. Perfect, right, we're ready to taxi.
Pristina ground, aircraft at ATC vision for jet points are
Claps are set our takeoff trim now.
Victor Mike with Alpha, ready to taxi, IFR. Aircraft.atc underscore name underscore vision underscore jet point
Oh, yeah.
0.TTS Golf Lima X-ray Victor
So
Mike.
recalls
Taxi
checked.
to and hold short of runway 35 via taxiway. Contact tower on 126.55 when ready.
Okay, we're gonna head left. Sorry, head right. There we are.
Taxi to and
Okay,
hold
let's
short
go.
runway 35 via taxiway. Aircraft. Jet point 0 TDS X-ray Victor Mike.
I love this little aircraft. Such a good little plane, this. Okay. Left. Look right. Okay, now the airport that we're flying to isn't recognised by SimBrief, so I'm not expecting it to be very big at all. We'll have a look at the some of the information as we get in the air. Just going to keep an eye on my speed.
Sir, good morning and welcome.
Now the last 2 times I've flown this aircraft, it's wanted to chuck me over to the right, so I'm fully expecting that again.
Estimated flight time is 35 minutes. We're on time for departure, waiting for takeoff clearance. I'll keep you informed during the flight if anything important comes up. Thank you.
We used the full runway as well. Have a look at it, there it is. I follow a guy on TikTok that flies these. Makes it look very cool. Not taxi speeding yet. You were going too fast. There we are. We're just impatient. There you go, we're at 15 knots. Speed up a little bit. Okay, we are approaching our hold short line. Although it wants me to go right down to the end, I could have gone here. Actually, no, I couldn't have. It's actually, I probably could have, maybe. Okay, bring the thrust to idle. We'll get set up before we go as well. I haven't seen a windsock. So I'll get the winds a minute. Okay, there we go. Right, let me get the wind. Wind exit didn't tell you on takeoff, which it should do. Weather. Straight down off road, so that's fine. I don't expect to be thrown off the runway. Right, let's get this sorted. I want my map on, and I want traffic now to be on. Yes. Weather. We'll turn the weather radar on. Now it'll give us a warning. No one's going to get zapped right here. But we do want the map on first. We'll now set our squawk to altitude reporting as well. Back and map. Perfect. I know we've got a caution. Acknowledge that. Home. Cool. Ideal. Map set. Okay. We'll go through this. So com set, nav set, ATIS is received, clearance has been received, altimeter has been set, transponders set. Heading 350, let's set that. Heading 350, so that's runway heading, we've set our altitude. Flight controls, we'll check our flight controls. A quick look as well. And we'll look at the back here, can't really see it, but we would have checked it on. Start. Trim set. Flaps are at 50. Roll trim set. Take off go around button. We'll press that in a second. CAS seats. Parking brake and brakes we've set. Before takeoff, departure briefing. Yeah. Okay, can you get dressed as well? Thanks, babe. Landing lights on. Engine IPS off. Wing stab anti-ice off. CAS. Check, we've got a parking brake issue at the moment. Sorry, parking brake caption at the moment. Trim is set, flaps set. And then there's no takeoff emergency. So for this, we're going to hold our brakes, thrust levers to take off, engine instruments checked, and we're going to rotate between 80 and 90 knots. And then we're going to pitch up to 5 degrees with the landing gear up and climb at around 115 knots. Cool, ideal. Right, on that, let's go. Yeah, fast take off again because it doesn't like us getting there. There we go. Let's do it here.
Christina Tower, aircraft, IT Center 7 jet points over TDS Golf Lima X-ray
Flight deck on.
Runway tree 5, ready for departure. IFR to Karen Seeps.
Aircraft
ATC armed.
_name_vision_jet point 0. TDS Golf Lima X-ray Victor Mike. QNH 1022. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5.
There we go.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5. Aircraft T7 point 0. TDS Golf Lima X-ray Victor Mike. Sir, to prepare for takeoff, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened tightly. Your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you, and get ready for a wonderful flight.
Okay. Everything's ready to go. Turn on our auto throttle. Activate toga mode. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. Good boy. There you go, there's that snap that I said about, that I've had. My god. And that's what I keep getting on this plane. Okay, flaps up at 115 knots. That's what I keep getting on this. Okay, we'll trim.
aircraft.atc_name_vision_jet.0. TDS X-ray Victor, Mike, contact Belgrade Center on 120.425. Good day.
Have to take off checklist.
120.4.
Thrust levers, MCT, engine parameters monitor, cabin pressure monitor, ash detection, ultimate up. We have gear up, flaps are up. God, that trim's just gone wild. It's amazing what happens when I turn my head for a second.
TDS Golf Lima X-ray Victor Mike is passing 3,800 climbing flight level 210. Aircraft.57Vision_jet.0 TDS Golf Lima X-ray Victor Mike. Belgrade Center, QNH 1022. Radar contact. Continue to PRT 44.
Okay, there we are, first waypoint. Set our barrow to standard. There we are. And we'll just fly this now without the autopilot for a bit. It's a very stable aircraft this, except for that takeoff, which is a bit dodge. Another 11,000 to climb. So the graphics are, there are times when a PS5 does surprise me. We've just come off the throttle.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Everything's set up there. It should go pretty quickly. I'll give you a call. Can you text me the driver's number? I haven't gotten it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
A little bit of turbulence up here. Again, we're flying completely manual. We won't use the autopilot for this flight. It's too short. I will get back on track though, and I will reduce my, obviously the air is a bit more dense as we get higher, so our performance is going to drop a little bit. I'll get that trim sorted, there we go. Get back on our track. That's good. Everything else is looking pretty sweet. Okay. 9,000 to go. Now we have a look at where we are. And to where we're going, shot over these mountains and then down again. Auto throttle's still on, which is good. Usually it latches off by now. There we are. Start turning right in just a sec as we align. There we are, we're aligned now. So we'll turn right. Just be aware of that wind as well, so our heading won't exactly be where we want it, because we've got a 19 knot crosswind from the left, so if we aim slightly to the left of where we want to go, that will compensate for that. That's called drift. And we'll follow this track at the moment. We should be alright. Nearly at cruise. So yeah, with that wind, it's coming from this direction here. If we were aiming directly at our point, we'd actually be flying to the right of where we want to go, so we'll manage that. Not that 18 knots is a massive deal, it's enough to push us away though. Okay, 4,000 to go. Don't want to go much slower than this really. So the thing about this at the moment is our flight directors tell us to trim up to a pitch of 10 degrees. But if you have a look at our speed's quite low. We're only 10 knots above where I'd bring the flaps up, so I'm not going to follow the flight director for this one. I mean, we are only at 50% thrust, but that is our climb thrust basically, so we're okay. You can see that our speed's slowing down. As I come up towards that 10 degrees, my speed is slowing down a little bit. So I'm going to go to 7.5, which is where I'm at now. And that stabilised that speed there. We've only got another 1800 to climb. You can see our speed's increasing slightly as well, so which is good. And once we're up at the cruise, what I will do is I'll continue with the I'll continue directing us, but we'll get the altitude to hold as well. I'll try not to use the autopilot, especially for short flights. I always try and fly up to the cruise myself, regardless of what aircraft I'm in. There we go. As we come towards 21, we'll get up to 800, and then we'll start bringing this trim down. And then that'll pick our speed up. Once I'm settled at 21,000, I'll activate the alt mode for autopilot. So 26. So what I can do now is I can start slowly bring that aircraft down now on that trim. There you go. You can see my flight director's now coming down to meet us as well. Oh, bit abrupt there. Sorry, mate. Okay, bring that back up. Just get that trim nicely.
Sir, glad to be your captain today.
There we are. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, activate the altitude hold mode. Altitude hold mode, autopilot on. And that'll hold us nicely. There we are. You'll see our speed will increase, and I'll just continue flying it. So what this will do, I'll be in charge of the aircraft's heading, and the autopilot is going to be in charge of our altitude. I'll just get back on track. Slightly just to the right of our track. If you have a look there, our flight director isn't exactly the most accurate. Get back onto our... You see our speed's increasing now because we've stopped the ascent. There we are. Our flight path's coming back. Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll just sit here nicely. We haven't got that far to go. We're going to start our descent around here, so we're not that far away. There is no approach into this one because, again, it's not even an airport that SimBrief. Tell you what I'll do, I'll put the autopilot on just for a minute on nav, just whilst we have a look through here. So you can see here that even though it's not even giving us altitude changes here, so we have to judge this ourselves. Because we're at 21,000 feet, we'll start our descent around here. We'll ask for a descent shortly. So the next waypoint, I don't even know if the flight planner's got it. Let's have a look. No, it's not even calculated it. For our descent, procedure, so if we do arrival, so that's right, that is where we're going. Doesn't give us any options here, literally it's that visual to, here we go, are we going to visual 28, are we? Let's just make sure. We are going to runway 28. Visual 28 via vectors, we're going to go straight. Minimums, we're going to go 500 foot rad out. Bear in mind if we go 500 foot barrow, we're probably going to be crashing into the floor. Or we will be crashing into the floor. Enter. And I will show on the map my approach. And we'll load that in now. So what you'll see now on my map is it's actually going to give me that approach. And hopefully it's going to set me up for my altitudes as well. So as you can see here, we need to be at 16,000. Is that how high that? That's not how high that is, surely. Is that altitude at 16,500 feet? Is that airport at 16,500 feet? Let's have a look. No. That's a bit weird. Because the runway 28 is at an altitude of 860, so it's slightly off, but we can manage that. VNAV's enabled, yeah, we know that. Descent. Okay, happy with that as well. Cool. Got a little bit of turbulence up here at the moment, as you can see. What's the wind doing at the moment? So 19 knots, but it is turbulent air. Now the reason for that is if I look where we are, going straight over a mountain, I can imagine. Yep, there we are. So because we're going over the mountains, we've got that easterly wind. It's not an easterly, it's a northwesterly wind. So what's happening is that wind is channeling down this way. Now what's happening is the wind's hitting, obviously from this side. We're in a bowl at the moment, as you can see here. It's hitting this from this direction here, and then what's happening is that's now pushing us upwards. So it's called ridge lift. I mean, it's getting us at quite a height, really. See that, or it's just old. It is probably just turbulence as opposed to ridge lift, actually, because we are quite high. And very shortly, we'll start looking at our descent. I'm hoping the air traffic control will allow us, will ask us to start descending, but we can descend quite quickly in this if need be. If we don't get a call by what's this point here? By Oklop, we'll just descend ourselves. But we have got to be wary of this mountain here, and bearing in mind that we are coming in for runway 28, we're not going to be doing the teardrop approach. Let's do a straight in, straight auto, change procedure, switch to VFR. Actually change, straight in. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. But what that's done now is that has taken away my circuit. Yeah. And arrival. See if we've got an arrival. No. Okay. We're going to come straight across. Depending on how high these mountains are, what I might do for this flight is, as I come past, if we have a look here, as we come to here, I'll fly around these points, because the airport is at 800 feet. These are quite high, these mountains, so we'll fly in around here, down, and then we'll come into a left-hand circuit for it. So we have got mountains to be wary of as we come down through our descent. Still a little while off that yet. You can see where we are here. We will start managing that very soon. So again, this is why I like the Vision Jet on here. It does throw you into some airports. Now the fact this airport isn't even recognised on SimBrief, I'll tell you about it. And what I can do just while I'm waiting is we can actually have a look, see what it looks like in real life. Let's have a look. Karan Seabees. Karan. So I'm going to go on my phone. Karan Sebes Airport. Let's have a look what it looks like. Officially known as Banat Airport, is a civil airport located just 2 kilometres in western Romania, primarily serving general aviation, private charter jets. Runway is 2,000 metres long, capable of handling aircraft up to 767. Offers aircraft Part 145 maintenance and jet handling. So basic maintenance there. And yeah, you got runways 10 and 28. Surrounded by mountains by the look of it as well, which looks good. Seems to have a lot of helicopter activity there. But yeah, cool. It looks quite decent. It's got a long runway. It's asphalt runway as well. There we go, asphalt runway. 2,000 feet. Or 2,000 meters, sorry. So this is looking good. Right, I've got... What's going outside? Oh, outside here. Okay. Okay, just turn on now for one of our last turns. So again, I'm going to start my descent. I think we can actually probably do it just past Oklop. We'll skip and ask in a minute for descent. So go back outside and have a look. Yeah, see how our passenger's doing. If he looks happy. Yeah, it looks delighted. Has he got his seatbelt on? Nope, no seatbelt. Brilliant. He trusts me. Now what I have wanted to try on this, I have wanted to try the emergency landing function. But yeah, that's the safe return button. But it'll probably take, it takes you, I think, to the nearest airport as opposed to the one that you want. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. Still getting battered around a little bit up here. Direct crosswind now of 19 knots coming straight across from our left. Old-fashioned turbulence, love it. Right. FNOS looking good, IPS good, oxygen's good. Okay, so our VREF speed's going to be around 76 knots. Or the approach speed, should I say. Seems a bit low, but it'll be fine. Let's have a look. Require landing distance, runway. Reload from database, there we go. Runway 8, runway elevation, runway heading. Cool, so it's a 0.585 down. Landing bugs, all on. Take off, all on. Cool. God, we are getting thrown around a little bit here, aren't we? So I do apologise for the turbulence, we are only a little plane. If you didn't want any turbulence, probably should have gone on a much bigger one. I probably shouldn't say that to a loyal customer, should I? Okay, let's have a look. We're approaching Oklop, about halfway there. I'm going to give the air traffic controller a chance to, wonder if I have to contact him now. No, not yet, so we're still IFR. See if we've still got comms. Hopefully we have. So, let's ask him. Just let him know we're still here.
Aircraft at 57 Jet Point Zero, TDS Golf Lima X-Ray Victor Mike. Requesting vector to next waypoint.
Aircraft at 57
There you go.
Jet Point Zero to TDS X-Ray Victor Mike. Continue to Oklop following heading 015.
And resume our navigation.
On navigation.
Roger.
Continue to Oklop following heading 015. Resume on navigation. Aircraft 57 TDS X-Ray Victor Mike.
And then for our descent, what we're going to do, we're going to slow down first before we actually start diving down, because what we don't want to do is overspeed the aircraft. You can see we're actually quite close to our limit anyway. So we will descend and then we'll head down. So we will slow down and then we'll head down. Still got quite a way to go. I think if we actually begin our descent at Donny, I think that'll be fine. We'll easily lose 18,000 feet in this stretch here.
Hi, madam. Wong is on the phone. Yes, I can speak now. It's a bit noisy. Wait, can you hear me? Darn. I'll call you back, okay?
This is the worst bit by far, is the cruise, isn't it? It's always the boring bit. Okay, almost at Oklop, just a couple miles left, let's have a look. 32 seconds. As we turn now. See these mountains in front of us? These are the ones where we've got to turn around, basically. We've got to go around these. So what I will do now is I will ask for permission to descend. And we're going to descend to, if we go to flight level 150 for a minute. Actually, we'll go to flight level 110.
Belgrade Center, aircraft, 57 TDS X-Ray Victor Mike. Request 11,000.
Aircraft at 57 Jet Point Zero to TDS X-Ray Victor Mike. Descend and maintain 11,000.
Descend and maintain 11,000. Aircraft 57 Jet Point Zero to TDS X-Ray Victor Mike.
So what we'll do now, that's slightly wrong. That is very slightly wrong, isn't it? So let me quickly, because I've just been a silly billy. There we are. There you go. I'll go back now. There we go. I pressed the wrong button too quickly. So we'll descend in just a second. Let's get this flight plan sorted out again because it's just changed it. Okay, approach. Minimum. Yep. Preview. Show on the map. Cool. Load that. Okay.
Aircraft.Vinci Center Vision Corjet Point 0. TDS X-ray Victor Mike. Please expedite your
Slowing down the
descent
aircraft
11,000.
first before we start that descent. And then we'll set our altitude now. We'll set turn the autopilot off. Don't need that anymore. And we'll head down. We'll set this for 11,000. There we are. As we descend, monitoring that speed, don't need to descend very fast. Just with trim as we go down. So nice 1,000 foot per minute descent, don't need anything silly.
Aircraft.Vinci Center Vision Corjet Point 0. TDS X-ray
Okay,
Victor
let's
Mike.
just go down a little
Please
bit faster.
expedite your descent 11,000.
Roger. Let's get back on track, shall we? We'll let the auto throttle manage this now as well. Okay. Okay. So again, we're going to be coming around these mountains here into a pattern here. It's quite tight, as you can see. But again, we quite like this. This aircraft is quite nifty, quite nimble. Okay, 3,000 to go for our descent. And we're going to start turning right. Very slight movements on the controls, nothing too hard. What I am interested in now is my terrain data as well. That's fine. Perfect. Okay, here we go. We'll turn now. .30 of bank. And we'll come up to 11,000. We'll get the autopilot to hold it at 1,000. Uh, 11,000, sorry, not 1,000. There we are. Okay, we'll sit here for a minute. Okay, how are we getting on here? We're doing alright.
Aircraft.AT-75 Division Overjet, .0 to TDS X-ray Victor Mike.
Perfect.
You can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
Okay, perfect. So we've been handed off now.
Belgrade Center, aircraft.
Aircraft.AT-75 jet, .0 TDS X-ray Victor Mike. IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 7000. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
There we go, done. Okay, here we go, we'll do our final turn. And again, what we're going to do, we're going to come up through this valley here and round. I mean, what we could have done is come down this way and up and through. Tell you what, let's make it interesting. Let's make it interesting. Let's do that. There we go. Let's come up through that valley. So we'll divert from our original flight plan. And we'll activate our vectors for the final. We're overspeeding here. Just noticed that. Yeah, I've got punishment for that, which is rightfully so. Sort that trim out. Sieges. Activate vectors final. There we go. Okay, so we're going to fly through this valley here, look. Through this valley, and we're going to come up that way. So we are going through cloud, we have got terrain, so I am going to be utilising this a lot. We'll turn the auto throttle off. Auto throttle is off. Okay, we are below 10,000 feet now, so can't go above 250 knots, not what we have anyway. Okay, that'll do for that altitude for a minute. Let's get the QNH at our landing site. 1020. So we'll set that now. And we're going to come down to 3,000 feet here. I think I've just... Who's at the front door? Oh, no one. We're going to say we're not in. Someone's knocking at the door, but we're going to say we're not in. Right, here we go. So instead of come up through these valleys, I'm going to cut across. There we are. Climb here a little bit. I'll do. Manage this. So as we fly through the clouds, trim this over these mountains. Keep a good lookout on that speed, keep a good lookout on the terrain. Probably about as low to it as I want to go here, so I'm just going to climb a little bit. As we come over these mountains, we're going to drop into this valley here and we'll fly up the valley. So I think that'll do for the climb. You can just see where we're popping out of these clouds here. Still got a few thousand feet to lose if we want to. Right, I'm going to cut across again, so we're okay with the terrain. I'm going to cut across. Decent. That should be fine. We'll stay on there till we find the gap in the valley. Again, I can't see the ground at the moment, so I'm relying heavily on my terrain data that I've got here. And I don't need to climb anymore, so let's bring that back down. So, keep coming down a little bit. A little bit of turbulence coming off the mountains. We have also got a 25 knot crosswind from it as well. Hence why we're now getting the wing. So as we're coming over these mountains, the airflow coming up the mountains is pushing underneath our wings. That's why you can see at the moment I'm trimmed nicely for straight and level flight. As soon as I go over a ridge, it's going to push me up. We'll prove that in just a second. There we go, getting a little bit of altitude now. See, the trim's not changed, but it's just throwing me up into the sky. So you have to really keep your wits about you, your trim. Okay, and you can see the gap here. That's the gap that I'm going to fly into just there. You can see that I'm starting to get battered around a little bit now from this wind and from the air from below. So what I can do is I'm trying to expedite my turn a little bit into the green. There we are. Plenty of height over the terrain at the moment. Can't see anything here at the moment, so IFR flying now. Purely flying on this, so we could even, without even looking outside, we can fly on this here. There we go, bit more lift there from the ridge, and you can see that we are getting battered around quite a bit. So we'll fly on this for a minute. Can we see anything yet? Yeah, there we go. We can start seeing stuff now. We're nearly towards the valley. The valley's where we want to go because we can then descend a little bit then. Bearing in mind that we're flying straight in for runway 28. So we're going to hug the right hand side of the valley. You can see here it's quite tight. As we come in, we're going to hug the right side of this valley and we want to end up here. And then there'll be a straight in approach. Runway altitude's 1,000 feet. Again, we're already tuned into the airport's QNH. We'll check it again before we land. IFR again. Don't think I can see outside. Nope. As we come down through those clouds. So ideally I want my final approach to be around 3,000 feet, maybe a little bit lower. It all depends on the visuals of the runway, I suppose. Still got about 8 or 9. I don't know how it said that I was. It was only a half-hour flight. It's definitely not just a half-hour flight. Okay, we're going to cut across a little bit. See the mountains below us. Okay, I'm going to dip into this little gap here. And then we can head up. As we dip into that, we can bring a good 5,000 feet off our altitude. We'll do that gradually. As we come over this last lip. And if you have a look, we've got a river right below us. We can follow that as well. That'll run all the way down through the valley. Unless it meanders right. I think it does go right, look. But we are turning left. Bit of ridge. A effect there. You see the mountains just in front of us now. We're going to go between these, and hopefully the cloud cover is at the ridge level, so we can actually fly below ridge level. I'm going to slow down a little bit because this is the opening that we need as we come down here. Let's try and get below this cloud. There we go. And this is the gap that we need. So we'll start reducing our speed now. Start reducing our altitude. The cloud does look like it is there. Let's have a look at the airport weather, see what the cloud's doing. So speed, wind speed 310 at 10 knots, variable between 280 and 250. So it could be a right hand crosswind. Visibility's 10 kilometers, broken at 4,200. Okay, so we have got a bit of cloud at 4,200, so we'll get below that anyway. There we go. Yeah, you see what it means now. I wouldn't say visibility is greater than 10 kilometers at the moment. I suppose once you get underneath the cloud, I think it will be. Yeah, you can see. Okay, we'll keep this speed until we get there. We only want to go down to 3,000 feet really as we come up this valley. There we are. Temperature's 21 degrees, nice and warm. There we go. So it won't be long till we're on final. I'm going to start hugging this right hand side now. We'll announce our position to the airport now as well.
Traffic, aircraft, TDS Golf, Lima, X-ray, Victor Mike, 11 miles south, per 1,700, inbound to land, runway 28, Karen Seeps. Sir, Karen Seeps has just cleared us for landing. Please take a moment to check that your seatbelt is fastened as we are starting our descent. Thank you.
Okay, as we're getting close, let's start setting up. So we're going to reduce our speed first. See our runway very shortly. I'll bring in the first notch of flaps. Again, we're going to hug this left side. I'm kind of like on a long base at the moment. Going to bring that speed down a little bit more. Okay, brakes are off. Bring that speed down a little bit more. There we are. Speed's coming off, so we're nearly there. The airport's just in here. Should be able to see it in just a second. Okay, more speed off. First notch of flaps coming in. Landing gear speed, I can't remember, I think it's 210. Yeah, 210 for the landing speed, so for the gear, so we've got plenty of gear. There we go. Gear coming down. Approach speed's going to be 90 knots. There we go. I'll turn now. Very shortly. So that's what we look like outside. Okay, I'm just going to trim now. Slow down a little bit. Last notch of flaps in. see the runway now there, look. Okay, going to keep this speed.
Vertical track.
Yeah, we're fine. Not got the runway yet. It's around here somewhere. Where is it? How far are we? We're on long final now. So we'll rely on our instruments for a minute. Okay, I'm going to trim for this. There we are. Still can't see the runway. Unless I'm blind. There it is. We've got it. It's there. Perfect. So let's set up nicely. So flaps full, undercarriage down, harnesses hatches on, loose articles stowed. Okay, now the trick to this is to keep the runway above your dash. Keep the runway above the dash and you're okay, and we're going to control our pitch with speed. There we go, so as my windshield drops below the runway, I'm going to land short. So you want to keep the trim, this trim I mean here, in line with the landing zone. Now if I have to go around, I'm going to go straight ahead, fly into a left pattern at 2,500 feet. Okay, now chances are, it depends on how the wind is. We had a crosswind a minute ago, so probably expecting a crosswind still here. Going to slow down. Okay, going to get down a little bit faster now. See, we're a little bit high. Approach is good though. Going to bring that engine down. Trim for this. And as we come down towards the threshold and we start to flare, we're just going to look up the runway. We're a little bit high still, so I'm going to cut the engine power. And get down, and then they'll bring the engine power back up now. That's perfect. A little bit to the left. We have got a little bit of a crosswind here. Heading for the piano keys to land a good 20, 30, 40 metres in front of them. That's good. We'll bleed off some speed in a second. Okay, I've got a bit of turbulence here, I can feel it. Okay, good speed. Okay, power off. Flare, looking up that runway. Let the aircraft naturally sink. There we are. And then correct for that, there we are. Good. And then it's probably just going to ask us to go onto the grass, I think. Where's the whole short line? Where's it telling us to go? Where's it telling us to go? All the way up here, so let's motor on up there. Watch our speed that we don't take off, bring the flaps up just to reduce that lift. There we are. Okay, we'll slow down. It's got an awful tendency at the moment to turn to the right. I've just got some cautions. So let's slow down a minute, see what they are. Landing gear selected up. How did that happen? I've obviously knocked my controller. Luckily it's got weight on wheels micro switches that prevent that from happening. There we are. That was a successful flight. probably going to park there, look.
Daddy, I won the killer.
You're a killer? Ah. There we go. I can even park over here, look, there it is.
Jet Point Zero, TDS Golf Lima X-Ray Victor Mike is taxiing to parking. Karen Seeps.
Now let's see, I wonder how, that was a pretty good landing, quite a good approach. Be interested to see what our passenger thinks.
Local time is 14:30. For your safety,
Now we did have a overspeed, and we had 2 faults in that flight. The overspeed as we were planning our approach, I didn't look up, oversped for like, what, 2 seconds, and it penalised me, and what was the other one? There was one more, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'm expecting 2 errors, we'll lose about 20% of our take-ins. I wonder if there's a marshaller in here. As we come in, we'll slow down. No, no marshaller. That's quite a nice little airport to fly into, that. Nice approach. The mountain one's always pretty fun. Yeah.
We're already here. Wow. I even wrapped up my work.
Oh, I think you liked it.
This company.
When he wants to the thing is though, he'll say, oh yes, I recommend you, but then in a minute he will he'll give me a bad passenger satisfaction. There you go, engine's coming down, engine's coming off, generators can go off. I'll leave. Turn the battery off and go outside. After you, sir. How do we do? How do we do? That's not too bad. There you go, max speed and taxi speed, and that was the other one. Rubbish. Yeah, we only lost 20%, which is fine. 100% for airline procedures. Passenger satisfaction 87. Can't win them all, can we? Often hard on this because it's such a small little aircraft and it bounces around everywhere. You do get a little bit of turbulence. And then 93%. If you're respecting the condition of the aircraft all the time, you're probably not going to get 100%. Because you're going to disrespect the condition of it as soon as you land because you've put wear on it and everything. So at least we're up in the Bs again now. Cool, right, what do we do now? Let's do... We've opened up a new region as well. Loads of search and rescue missions. Should we go and do one of those? Let's go and do a search and rescue mission. I do like these ones. One that we don't have to fly so far for. We can go across there, or... Is there one down here as well? Oh, I'm not flying all that way, look at that. We'll go do a short one. Do a short helicopter mission. We'll buy a little aircraft, helicopter. Do we buy one? No, we won't buy one because we've got one quite nearby. We do like the helicopter missions. I do like flying these. Mainly because I work on helicopters, that's what makes it so interesting for me. Okay, we'll give it a clean, give some fuel. We never need anywhere near as much fuel as the sim wants us to have. We'll put it in just to satisfy it, but we never need that much. We'll pay that and we will clean it. Let's go. Let's go save some people. Okay, here we go. So we'll do a cold and dark start. We ain't got no choice to be fair, but we never like getting straight into an aircraft which isn't started. So which is started. Try and get the static cover off. No. Come on, off you get. There we go, pitot cover off as well. If we left that on, we wouldn't get any airspeed data right now. I don't like having this tablet here. Right, let's get it started up. So, what's the wind doing here at the moment? Departure airport, none, brilliant. Okay. Checks, engine start is off. Fuel valves open, rear brake currently on. Okay. Battery to on. Anti-cold lights to on. Horn to, we'll leave the horn off, but we will test it. Fuel pump prime, pitot heat on. Display test, fire test. We don't need our floats, we will need our hoist. Can't really see that at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll also set this 7,000 terrain. Okay, that's working. Yeah. Map. Cool, ideal, that's all working. Okay, good. Right, we are good to go. Okay. Idle. And we'll come up now. Engine start to on. Watch that come up. There it comes. Rotor brake to off. Okay, we can see that TIT has risen to 340. N1's on its way up. You'll see ignition in a second. There's ignition. Yeah, torque's increasing. Make sure my collector's fully down, which it is. TIT's rising. It'll go to almost 700. N1's rising. Torque. Oil pressure. Oil temperature. Good. You'll see we won't have anything on our generator yet because we've not turned our generator on. Let's get to around 660. 660. There we go. And it's gone up. Perfect. Okay, we can turn the generator on now, and then you'll see the load. So obviously the current that's coming off it. So we'll turn the generator on. Horn on. Wait for that to get to 100%. Once we turn our throttle to flight. And you'll see in a minute. Everything rises. And then once we get a good RPM, our generator will come online as well. It's a bit unrealistic here because this gyro is AC. Currently the generator is not popping out anything. So if the generator is not popping out anything, these shouldn't be working. So now what will happen is, as usual, the generator and the battery won't actually start pumping out anything on this aircraft until we depart, which is quite unrealistic. Okay, we'll get the ground team in.
Viper 6 Squelch Rescue, requesting clearance for takeoff. Squelch Rescue Viper 6, acknowledged.
And what you'll see in a minute is when we actually put power through the head, we'll see the generator come online. I don't know, I think it's just a glitch here, so it definitely doesn't do in real life.
Good to see you all.
Okay.
We just got word that a camper named Alexandru has gone missing near Karensieb's mountain with a group of other hikers. We don't have much time to find him. Conditions out there are rough and we've got no news so far. Let's get on site ASAP.
We're going after him then, so we'll get permission to depart.
And try to spot anything that might help.
And then you'll see those two cautions come off in a minute as soon as we lift. And then you'll see the actual generator will add some load there.
Karensieb's traffic. Airbus helicopter Foxtrot.
I'll go and save Alexander.
Is taxiing to helipad 1, Karensieb's.
Wish it would just let me depart from here. Okay. Crew's ready. Let's go. Applying the load now. There we are, in the hover. Nice and stabilised. And we'll come around. There goes my generator and my battery caution. And we'll turn this nice and slow. Loads of little movements here, keeping this nice and steady. Being careful that if we actually put too much speed through the head, it'll want to climb. Helipad's over here, look. So we'll stop here. There we are. That wants us to take off. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use, if I do get an engine failure, I've had an engine failure before on this, is we'll fly an auto-rotate into there, although auto-rotations on this aircraft are horrible in this game. I've tried them. There we go. As we look to land, so as we look to take off, okay, let's go forward speed. Over those trees, and we'll head towards the west.
Squelch Rescue Viper 6. Hope you'll get on site fast. Every second counts. You can panic when you're
And
lost
that guy
and
down
do
there's a little
something
bit drunk,
irrational.
look. Okay, you're gonna see a little bit bouncing as I try and trim the aircraft out. The only
Your
way
search area
to
should
see
be
if these
displayed on
aircraft
your
are
map
trimmed
if
is
needed.
by letting go. So you'll see there's usually a little bit
Still
of
no
movement
update.
once I get it trimmed
Hope
out.
you'll bring him home quickly. Let's keep pushing forward. People are counting on us today.
There we go. Let's go and save Alexander. So we're in Romania flying now. We'll use this road as a reference just for a moment. And then we'll come up this road here. It's a proper VFR flying now, using the roads as a reference. And we'll stay to the left of the road. And that road carries on round to the right. We're going to carry on round to the left. We'll probably do it going a little bit faster. Going to save our mate Alexander. So when we get there, what we'll do is we'll fly straight across the search pattern. Fly straight across, we'll get to the other end, or the other side, and then we'll turn right 45 degrees and we'll do a star, like the NATO star search and rescue pattern. As we come around. Good scenery here. Lots of trees. They have done them really well in this. I've not had any avionics issues yet. To be fair, I don't usually get them in this helicopter. I usually get them in the big jets. Although I did fly the Vision Jet a minute ago, I had no issues with that either. So I think that Asobo and Microsoft, they're doing a bit better. They're trying.
How are things going? You should be on site soon. We have to find him fast. Everyone here is stressed out, and we don't want anyone deciding to conduct a search on their own.
Nearly there. This might be, if there's loads of trees around, it might actually be quite easy finding him. Okay, let's have a look what this looks like from outside. There it is. Okay, we're just nearly at the search pattern now. It's quite flat terrain to be fair, so it shouldn't be too hard to see him. We will start slowing down now though. We'll go to around 60 knots. So as we bring our speed down, we have to bring our collective down as well. Because as we bring our speed down, we're actually bringing the aircraft nose up. So it's in quite a populated area he's got lost in, which is quite rare for these missions. You don't usually see them lost in place where there's houses and that. They usually just go to a house and be like, hey, I'm lost. So we'll have a word with him when we land on and get him. Okay, so it might actually prove quite difficult to find him. So we're looking for an orange backpack.
Glad you're on site.
So probably do again a little bit lower. And like I said, we'll head straight across the search pattern to have a look. And we'll keep an eye out here.
Last known position is where you are now.
So it's
He
a
took
good
with him an
speed.
orange tents. That might be easier to spot from where
So
you
we're
are.
looking for an orange tent. As we come across, keep looking for him. What is good is this should be quite easy to spot him, should be quite easy to land as well. So go quite slowly over here, probably a little bit slower for my liking, but this is alright. And then what we have to do is if we do fly past him, we have to quickly have a look outside because he would have popped off some smoke, although smoke might be quite difficult to see today. And obviously it's all down to me to look for him because the guys next to me don't say a word. So looking over there, can't see anything. Looking straight ahead, can't see anything. Looking to the right, still can't see anything. He'll be around somewhere. Where is he? Looks like a golf course here. Okay. Where is Alexander? Have we flown past him yet? Nope, no smoke. I'd expect to see him in something like this. I wouldn't expect to see him near the houses. I'd expect to see him in a gap around here. See you around here. No. Have we seen him over here yet? No, so we're looking for an orange tent. Shouldn't be too hard to spot. Nothing in there. I am hoping it's quite a confined landing area. That'd be good. Quick look behind us. Some smoke. No smoke. I will turn to the right shortly. Can't see anything in here. Okay, we are heading towards the edge now. When we do get to the edge, we'll turn right into a 45-degree change of direction. Can't see anything at the moment. Anything down there? No, so he's not here. Where is he? Proper search and rescue mission, this one. Okay, as we approach the edge, we will start to turn towards the right, and we'll go across the circle. Still can't see him. Still can't see any smoke. Okay, I'll start heading towards the right hand side now. We'll do a 45-degree angle turn. Still can't see him. Still can't see him. And we'll fly across in this direction here now. As we come across, This is where I'd expect to see him. I'd expect to see him in quite a dense area. Can't see any smoke just yet. Nothing over there. So I'm going to climb a little bit. Nothing here.
I'm sure you're not far. It should be easy to track an orange hiker's gear down.
Nothing there. Have a quick look behind us if we see any smoke. No. Nothing here. I expect to see him in one of these little gaps in the trees here. Let's have a quick look over here before we turn. We'll do a quick orbit here and have a look. See if we can spot him. Quick look over here. We'll do a left-hand orbit and then come straight back down this way. So we'll flip it here. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing in there. Okay, nothing in there. I'll carry on going this way. Can't see anything in there. Where's he gone? Nothing there. Nothing there. Quick check for smoke. Can't see any smoke, so we've not gone past him. Okay. We'll turn here. So can't see him just yet. I'd expect him to be in one of these little tiny gaps. Come right around the edge. Okay, I'm going to check that gap over there. So we're looking at these ones. Nothing there. Still no smoke seen. Quickly check across these two. There's gaps in here. Then having a look in our rear view. Not there. He's not here. I'd expect to see him up here. Nothing there. There is some water down here. We're going to check some water, see if he's gone to water. Okay, we'll turn here. I don't expect to see him in any of these populated areas, but we can go and check by the lake. See if he landed by the lake. So it landed. See if he went to the lake. It's the first time I've ever done a mission in like a populated area before. Almost gives it like search and rescue, like police sort of thing, doesn't it? Like we're searching for a casualty though, but cool. Can't see him at the moment. Quick check for some smoke, see if we've gone past him. No. I can't see anything down here. That's where I'd expect to find him, near a lake. Okay, we'll fly across here. We'll zoom across here, and then we'll head to the other side of the circle. Okay, I'm checking for that smoke so we can see it. No. Okay, I'm going to zoom to the other side of the circle. We've checked the right hand side. get some speed and we'll fly across now. Then
Tough
check
to
for
spot anyone
smoke.
here. Keep your eyes peeled for any distinctive features.
Nothing seen here. Don't expect him to be in here, surely, with all these houses. How are you, buddy? You flown over smoke yet? No. It's almost, because it's so dense, it's almost harder to search for him and to find him. Nothing here. We haven't flown over him yet. So we'll head to the right. Can't see him here. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Still no smoke. Means we've not flown over him yet. There he is. Perfect. So what we'll do a circle to land. And I'm going to come in between these gaps in these trees. I won't let them know that we found him yet. So we have found him, so I'm going to do a circle to land. Come around here. Bring him back that speed. As we do it. There he is. Let them know that we found him. As I'm continuing to circle, we'll slow him down.
Viper 6, I found him. He managed to pull over at a safe spot. Coordinates 45 north, 21 east.
Over these trees. Slowing down now. Bit hard on the yaw pedal then. There we go. Get that trimmed nicely. Thank you. There we go. A little bit of a slope here, so we'll land as we are now on that slope. Bring it down. Alright, wants us to hover above him, so it looks like we're hoisting him up. So we're no longer landing, which is fine, okay. As we come in. There we are. Now, it's going to want me at 30 foot. There we are. It hasn't given me the plate though. There we go. So we are hoisting. Why aren't we just landing? I don't know. So we'll get him out. I've never hoisted above the ground before. Let's get him in there. I can't see him because I haven't got the gap. Oh, I am right above him. Lost him. There we are.
Patient is packaged. Winching ready to start.
Let's watch him.
RS-1 to line ops. Ready to lift.
Loads of little tiny
Cable is
movements.
tensioning.
I don't know why it didn't let us land. This is the first one I've ever hoisted from the land. I'll stay in and hover from here now. Getting loads of little movements now on these sticks. As he comes in, there we go, still a good hover. Checking the T's and P's, everything's good. Okay, we've got him. So what I'm going to do now is climb out backwards. If I have an engine failure, I can land forwards. Don't get above these trees. Oh, that's me trying to press the button. Okay, that's good. Right,
Target
forward
okay.
speed, let's go.
Departing the scene. Please inform Viper 6. Viper 6, extraction complete.
Right,
We're leaving.
let's have some rapid flying, should we just get him back?
Alexandru's conscious but disoriented. Please keep the flight smooth and level.
Okay, heading over there. Let's get Andrew back. We got to 140 knots. Okay, keep an eye on that power. 86% power at the moment, so we're quite high. I'm just watching that there, but we're not that far away. And then after this, I'm going to jump off and go and spend some time in the sun, I think.
I'm Adriana, an emergency medic. I'll be taking care of you during this flight to Cairnsieves. Are you all right?
Okay, just being careful with these
This is
pylons.
scary. Just give me a minute.
If you need anything, feel free to ask.
You're
I'm
found in
here
the
for
field,
you.
bro. Relax. We got you. Unless he doesn't like flying. Okay, this is good. Start slowing down as we get a little bit closer. And you can see that all that little movements is just me trying to trim the aircraft.
Alexandru, want something to drink, water, or an electrolyte drink to help you recover?
Water sounds good, thanks.
Okay, so our airport, you can see our airport just over there. We'll land in with our casualty. Let's see what our casualty's looking like. Let me just trim it nicely so we can turn around. There he is, casualty. Bring him in. Hopefully there's an ambulance there waiting for him. Although again, I think the best bit for this game would be to actually have to take him to a hospital. That'd be cool. as we approach the airport, announce our position. Start slowing down now and descending. There's the runway. Me in from the other direction. He wants me in over here, look. As we come into land. There we go. We're going to go via the helipad. So we'll do a left hand from the helipad. Coming up over the trees. We'll come in from this direction here. As we descend and slow down. It's not letting me contact the tower at the moment. Where does it want me to go? It wants me to go here, that's why. Come on, contact. Right, let's bring it in here. It's not letting me do it. Come on. This is the worst thing about the sim. I'm telling it to do it, and it's not doing it, so it's going to charge me for that. There we are. Let's get in here. Have to do it manually. Okay, I can't land until I've done this.
Airbus helicopter Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Echo Foxtrot. 1 miles west, 1000, inbound to land, helipad 1 Cairnsieves.
There we go.
Cairnsieves traffic, Airbus helicopter Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Echo Foxtrot is on final, helipad 1, to land Cairnsieves.
Okay, let's come across. So it'll tell me to go to the helipad, then it'll tell me to taxi over there. There we go. Let's settle it here. There we go. So now I've got a taxi over here.
Airbus helicopter Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Echo Foxtrot is taxiing to parking, Cairnsieves.
There we are. We'll land here. Getting as close to the ambulance as I can. Right, chopping their heads off. There we are. Oh, hang on. Where is it saying the parking stand is? Oh, it's saying I've got to park there. Okay, we'll lift. Okay. We'll hover. We'll turn. We'll come over here. There we are.
Team, you did well. That's why we do this job, and when it all comes together, it's
That
so
is why we do
satisfying.
this job, you're right. Okay. Throttle idle. Fuel off. Engine start off. Okay, while that's running down. Hoist off. Heater off. Avionics off. Unit coat off. Generator off. And we'll turn the horn off, because that'll go off in a second. You'll hear it in just a sec. 2 more RPM. It's not going off. Okay, we'll turn it off anyway. Okay, rate brake. That's it, mission complete, mission success. The dude has been saved. Alex is very happy. And that is it now, I'm going to go and enjoy some sunshine. $79.86, alright, whatever. Cool. Alright. Very much for viewing. Speak to you soon.